Hey everyone, welcome back to KC3D Sparks. Happy New Year and welcome to the first video of 2018. Today we're making a marker that can be used either as just something to represent something that's hiding behind a tree, but you don't want to put a mini there because you don't want them to immediately know what it is until they actually discover it, or you're creating a new marker, or you're creating a new character and you haven't gotten the mini yet, so this is just a stand-in until you can get that mini. So really quickly, we'll go ahead and set up our scene. Right now I'll go over here and change this to inches. I like to work in inches. Of course, you can do whatever you want. Inches is just easiest for me, and then I convert it over to centimeters later, and then I have both files. That way I can just, use whatever I need. Just going to minimize that. If you remember before, I like to change the scale of my grid lines to 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to hide my camera and lamp in case if I need them later. If I decide to render it out, I usually just like to have them on hand. So you can see that right now our cube is 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches, but we're not even going to start with a cube. I would like to start with a circle. So we're going to hit X to delete this and just enter. Shift A to add a new mesh in, and I want a circle. I'm going to hit N to get rid of that menu so I don't need it. And I'm going for something kind of geometric just because I want it a little bit stylized. And so we're going to go down to 12. 12, yes. We're going to do 12. I think that'll look nice. I'm going to try smaller just to see though. Ooh, yeah, okay. Let's do 8 instead. Okay, so we're going to hit Tab to go into edit mode. I'm going to go hit 1 for front view, hit E to extrude. I'm just going to move it down about that far. I'm going to hit F to fill that in, because that is going to be the base. I'm going to hit Alt and right click for this top loop. E to extrude again, but this time I'm just going to size it in. E to extrude, go up. E. I'm going to worry about the sizing later. I'll just make it smaller in a second. Now this is too thick, so I want to go ahead and size it every way except for Z. So I'm going to hit S and then Shift to Z, so that way it just goes in, and I want it kind of skinny. Like that looks good. E, size it. And I'm going to hit Alt M to make them all join in the center and bring that up. So, oops, that's not where we're going in. Alt M, join at the center, not first. There we go. And just bring that up. So there's something you could use just as almost like, actual generic marker. Of course, you could make this smoothed out if you want it to look nice and smooth. So we'll do a not solidify. Subdivision surface modifier. Bring that up. One more. Grab this because we would still want it to be flat. Hit Shift E. Make this nice and pretty. So if you wanted it smooth, you could do that. Or of course you could make something that looks more like a chess marker, like you can make it look something more like a piece from chess, whatever. But I am going to leave it like this because that's all I really want for now, and most likely I'm going to be getting rid of this piece anyway. That was just to show you. So as I briefly mentioned before, we're going to use, I'll show you how to use someone else's model. So we are going to hop over to the internet real quick and go over Thingiverse. So I have a few tabs open here of different examples of what you could download and use from Thingiverse. And of course, I encourage you to, if you do download anything, there is always a tip designer button. You know, make sure if you do download it, consider tipping. It'd be really nice. I'm sure they appreciate it. So I went ahead and downloaded a few of what I'm about to show you. This is the one why I wanted it to be kind of geometric, so that way, you know, that I'm going to apply the skull here. But, you know, say you're doing an enemy NPC, you could do a skull. I have another one here if it's more realistic. If you wanted to use that smoother base, you could do a regular skull like this, or you can do a monster skull if you're doing like a something that you're like, okay, well, it's a monster, they know that it's not a human, or something more decorative, whatever you want. There's all kinds of things in here, or even a demon. And it doesn't even have to be a skull at all. It could be a face or whatever. There's so many options on here. All I did was type in skull and all of this comes up. So I already downloaded a couple of these. I'm just going to minimize this. And when you download them, they do come in as a zip file. So once you download it, just hit right click it, hit extract all, choose what you want, and it will extract the files for you. And once you do that, you can actually import them into your scene. So we'll go to File, Import, go over here to STL, and then it will take you into your files. We're going to go to my desktop, and we're going to do low poly skull, STL. Ooh, okay. It's rather large, and it's actually, oh no, it's not backwards. Okay. So what size is this? This is really big. It's about 5 feet wide, 4 feet tall. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we're going to shrink this down a lot. Bring that up. Oh, how big is this? Oh, that's 6 inches. Yeah, let's take care of that size while we're at it too. Bring this down. I'm just going to put it up here for now. Okay. So what size is this now? Still over 1 inch tall. Size it in. There we go. I'm going to bring it on top of the red line. Cool. So now it fits in my 4 boxes. Perfect. And now I'm going to bring this over. Size that down even more. And this one's nice because since it is going to be printed so small, I don't have to worry about it losing a lot of detail like from one of these other ones, like the Celtic one. Since I'm going to be printing it in like an inch scale, it's going to probably lose a ton of this detail since I'm just doing PLA plastic, printing it on the M3D Micro. If you have like a resin printer or something, it'll probably be gorgeous, but I do not. So that's why I picked this generic one. Yeah, so I will go ahead and go in to here, and we will, and then we'll get back out of edit mode, bring this back over. It's basically a head on a stick at this point, but that's fine. That's all I really want, something to just mark an enemy. That works really nice. So of course, as you probably remember from many videos before, all you have to do to add this is add a Boolean modifier. Of course, you'll want to go here first to Object, Apply, Rotate, where is it? Rotation and Scale. Same to this, Object, Apply, Rotation and Scale. Go back here. I like hitting this little eyedropper. Just click the skull. You don't want to intersect though, you want union. Make sure it looks okay, nothing pops out. Awesome. I'll hide this skull and make sure it still looks good. It does. I'm going to hit apply. Go into edit mode, check it out. Ooh, oh, what? Oh, they had a logo or something on the bottom of the skull. Okay, well, typically you want to remove that first. So let's back out of this a little bit. Back up. Okay, go into the skull. We're going to hide the marker really quick, which I'm going to change that marker. Okay, yes, they have a logo here. It looks like some of the normals actually might be wrong too. Let's fix that. Normals. Flip normals. Yeah, because now they're the right color. Make normals consistent. There we go. Huh. Okay, so yeah, typically when I re-download models, you're gonna want to check the normals to make sure they're okay. I didn't think to look at the bottom of the skull though, but okay. That is fixed now. So all I'm gonna do to fix this is go to the side. I'm gonna hit Z to go into wireframe view. You can see it's right there. So what I will do is hit A to deselect everything. Just gonna hit B to select these vertices. X to delete them, and delete these faces and make this one. Yeah. So let's grab these as well. F for face. Perfect. I'm going to unhide my marker. Get out of edit mode. Click this again. Reapply the Boolean. Oop. Union. Hide the skull. Make sure everything looks good, which it does. I'm gonna hit apply. There, that's much better. Perfect. Oh, that's so cool. Very simple. Shouldn't take too long to print. I like this a lot. I'll go ahead and undo that real quick. The Boolean, that is. I'm going to save this. So we'll just save it to my desktop in the demo marker. Cool, that is saved. So I will go ahead and duplicate that so I can have another one right here. Perfect. I will get rid of that. And let's try one of the other ones really quick just so you can see. Let's do that monster one because that one is a little bit different to fix. As you can see, this one would be too much to fix, really. They did a really nice job on this model. Like, look at that. This is gorgeous. So this one you probably wouldn't want to turn into a marker because of the way, like, this is definitely designed to be a necklace charm. So after downloading it, you could fix it if you really wanted to, but you'd have to like flesh out the back. I mean, I guess you wouldn't have to, but let's not do that one. And the other skull, the regular one, which again is gorgeous. The person that modeled this did an excellent job. Is highly detailed. Like, if I printed this at the 1-inch scale that I wanted to for the marker that I'm creating, it would be probably horrible looking. So you look at all this little detail in here. First off, that would get lost because I'm shoving it onto essentially a little pole. And then this in here in the nose is so thin. Like, this just wouldn't print properly for the size that we're doing. So this is amazing, but that's another reason why I picked the low poly skull. It's because it's nice and generic and plain for the marker that we were going for. I just wanted to show you really quick so you could see like how importing is super easy. You can go in, edit anyone's, oh my goodness, model, and just appreciate all of the work that they did on this. And that's why tipping on Thingiverse is a really nice feature. Dang. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, get any feedback, get any requests. Let's see, really quickly. Oh, this one's backwards. Interesting. Yeah, this would look so awesome. So if we did that, it'd be a little heavy. I might fall over. I might have to make the base bigger. But that is really cool looking. If that was a marker for your NPC or something, it'd be great. Anywho, again, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, questions, leave them in the description below. I'd love to hear any requests. And be sure to follow my blog, kc3dsparks.com, and I will see you guys next time.